Whoa, that's a bit of a stretch. Not used to getting on a bike with saddlebags on it. I am loving that display. Yamaha has a beautiful display. It's a good feeling clutch. Wow, the pegs are really low. Oh my gosh, it's very spacious. Neutral. You got two indicators for neutral. You got your gear indicator, and then you've got a separate neutral light. That's interesting. You definitely know when you're in neutral. I like that. Tell you what, it's a really comfortable seat. So this is the Yamaha 900 Tracer 900 GT. So the GT's got the saddlebags, the heated grips. It's kind of like the deluxe model, as I understand it. Retail for this bike's around 13,000 US dollars. It's kind of like an adventure touring bike. I'm not sure if it knows what kind of class motorcycle it's in. I believe it's a 3-cylinder inline triple. ABS, heated grips. Comes with these nice little plastic guards. Brakes feel good. Rear brake feels wonderful. Nice and smooth. I like a firm level. I like a firm lever, I should say. And this one's got a nice firm level. There I go again. Lever. Firm lever. That pipe on that bike is sticking way out the back. Man, it's really, really comfortable. The pegs are a lot lower than what I'm used to. Coming off of a ZX10, I'm used to my knees up here. But it's a nice change. Really cushy suspension. I'm digging it. Has a little bit of punch to it. It's not a slouch. All right, turn signals. There's our turn signal indicator. Oh man, it bends over and turns nice and easy. Did I just go down a one-way street? I don't spend a lot of time down here, so gotta pay attention. It's easy to find neutral, and sometimes that can be a real pain with brand new bikes. Sometimes neutral trannies need to be broken in before you find neutral, as easy it is on this bike. And then, like I said, you've got two different indicators to tell you you're in neutral or not. All right. So I believe this thing's got ABS, it's got traction control, it's got different modes. It does not have auto return turn signals. So I gotta remember to do that. Let's see. You know, as far as like ergonomics, this is a really comfortable ride. It's a pretty standard upright seating position. I'm digging it. Oh, it's definitely something different for me, man. I've ridden nothing but sport bikes my whole life. But I could definitely see the attraction to something like this on a really long road trip. Brakes just feel wonderful. I think this thing has an adjustable windscreen. So this thing slides up and down. It's kind of a small windscreen. I don't know, that's one of the complaints I actually have about my bike, is the windscreen is tiny. It doesn't really fit the bike, and I'm kind of feeling like this is a little bit of the same. It's nice that it's adjustable, but it doesn't seem to move too far, and it's just seems kind of small for the bike. It's like they stuck something on there just to have a windscreen. Oh, it rides nice, man. This is a bit of a bumpy road, a lot of recent construction. You can see they redid the curbs, and there's a lot of asphalt patches, so this isn't like a super smooth road, and it's just comfortable. It's really, really comfortable. I'm totally digging it. I mean, you could probably do just about anything with it. It could be around town, it could be a commuter, it could be a road trip bike. It's definitely comfortable. You could just kind of just chill. I like it. It does have real authentic cruise control. It's not a throttle lock that the bike comes with. So we're gonna jump on the interstate and head back towards the bike shop and hopefully give that a run, because I have a throttle lock on my ZX10, and it's nice. It's a lifesaver for sure, and it makes really long rides a lot more doable, especially with all the vibration I have on mine through the exhaust system and whatnot. But it does take some manual adjustment as you're going up and down hills, and it would be nice to have something more authentic and real than just your traditional throttle lock. So that's pretty cool. Look at that old bike. It's a sidecar? What is that? Oh, it looks like a BMW. It's got a boxer engine in it. I like that color orange. I think we need to pull over and kind of really just do a good once over 360 around this bike and get up close and personal with it. I believe this triple, you know, they call it a 900, somewhere around 850 cc's. I think it has around 110 horsepower, which is not bad at all. That's no joke. And it's probably more than enough you need for a platform like this. This isn't a crotch rocket. I don't need 200 horsepower. That's not what this bike is about. So, you know, 110 horsepower in a touring adventure kind of platform, I think that's pretty good. I'm not sure how much this bike weighs, but it doesn't feel heavy riding it. And it seems to handle really, really well, at least around town. So I think this is the cruise control. There we go. You can turn that on. You can hit set and resume. So we'll give that a test. You got four-way hazards. I don't think I've ever had a bike that came with four-way hazards. I've seen other bikes, and that's pretty cool. You've got your high beam, low beam, and then you've got your pass flash. So that's pretty cool. Decent horn, better than what's on my bike. You got your mode switchers. A, standard. No, let me try that again. A, B, and standard. I think standard's in the middle. A is like sport mode, and B is probably like more like a rain mode. So let's go ahead and shut this off. And oh yeah, that takes some getting used to. It comes with these beautiful bags, but if you've never ridden something with bags, it takes a little bit of getting used to getting on and off the bike. I love the four-way flashers. So let's get some good looking, get some good views here. All right, there's your key. It's an odd place for the key, buried all the way down in there, but it is what it is. It does have a center stand. That is quite nice. I love the gold forks with the black fender. It's a decent looking machine, that's for sure. You know, from this angle, it looks like the windscreen is big enough, but when you're sitting on the bike, it feels too small. You know, the stock exhaust system actually looks really, really nice. Test out the cruise control on the Interstates. Let's get on the Interstates. Test the cruise control. The gyms are open. The coronavirus has receded, and we have opened the gyms. I don't know why I keep strapping these because they come right off. Look, see, I didn't even get on the bike. Okay. Decent size. I'm not sure how many liters these bags are, but they're not small. It looks like you've got a significant amount of storage space, which is a good thing. Somebody's been getting sporty with this thing. That's for dang sure. Alright. Hey, I got on without hitting the the saddlebags. I don't like this key location. You've got these bar rises that are pretty high, and the handlebars are in a good, comfortable position. Not complaining about that, but getting down into here to turn the key on, it's slightly cumbersome. You can turn the handlebars a little bit to get some more room. I don't know. Maybe they need to rethink that. Run. We're in neutral. We got our hazards still on. Let's turn our hazards off. Starts right up. I like it. Heated grips. I don't know if you can see that. Heated grips are off right now. I'm not going to turn those on. It's 80 degrees Fahrenheit. 82 degrees. Full tank of gas. You got air temperature. I'm not sure what seat temperature is. Maybe that's the engine temperature. I'm not going to mess with traction control. There, I lied. I'm messing with it. TCS 1. I think you got to hold it for a second. 2. Looks like there's only TCS 1 and 2. I would imagine TCS 1 is the more aggressive traction control, and 2 is let me be me. Let me be me. But I would imagine a bike like this, it's always going to have some level of traction control. I wish I didn't have this slow car in front of me. Really let the triple fly. Alright, we're in 6th gear. That diesel truck's following me. 63 miles per hour. Well, let's get merged in before we turn cruise control on. Man, it's kind of windy. I hope it doesn't ruin the audio. Alright, let's scoot over here. You know what? I like the mirrors on this thing too. I didn't even adjust them. Like, I forgot to even look at them and adjust them, and they're pretty good. I don't think I would make a change. Alright, cruise control time. Cruise is on. Let's set her. 65 miles per hour. Oh, and the throttle returns back to its 0 position. You can see the little throttle play right there. Oh, this is cool. 64 miles per hour, 65, 66, as we just climbed a small little hill. And now I can feel it decelerating as we're starting to go back down a little bit. I'm sorry if this is like all just like regular for other people. This is the first time for me riding a bike with a real cruise control, and I'm loving it. It's just about perfect. I hate riding in the middle lane by myself, so I'm going to scoot over to the right lane. If you're riding the middle lane by yourself, you're always in somebody's blind spot because you're just not big enough to cover both sides of the lane. So I'll either be in the fast lane or I'll be in the slow lane. Let's try and do a decelerate. How do I decelerate? Okay, I hit the front brake, shut her off. Let's set it again. So I think the set button has got a negative sign, so that's probably decelerate, and resume has got a positive sign. So I'm going to hit resume a couple times, and she's speeding up. 66 miles per hour, 67. Just going to hold it there for a little bit. We're going to go one more exit down on the interstate here. Now I'm going to drop the speed down. I hit set twice, 65. So I hit set twice and it drops a mile per hour with each one. We just dropped down to 64, but I bet she'll come back up 65. You know, overall, I'd say this cruise control is doing a fabulous job. I'm still not happy with this windscreen. The more I ride it, now that I'm on the interstate catching a little bit more wind, I'm pretty sure that would be my very first upgrade. I want something probably another 2 or 3 inches, a little bit wider would be nice. And we're gonna get off here. So let me over, son. I'm gonna hit the rear brake. That shut off the cruise control. So front brake first time shut off the cruise control, and then the rear brake shut off cruise control. So we're gonna turn left and head back to the bike shop. And then man, you know, I'm really enjoying this bike. Now as I get older and older, with each passing year, comfort starts to become a little bit more of a priority. But I'm not at a place yet whether I'm ready to ditch the Ninja for something like this, but I could definitely see something like this as a second bike for a really long haul. And again, it's kind of like a little bit of an adventure bike, a little bit of a touring bike, kind of in a class of its own in that regard. But I suppose you could fit this with you know, more all-terrain kind of tires, and I don't think it would have too much of a problem off-road. It's got plenty of suspension travel, and I think it could do it. But as a touring bike, I think it probably excels in that department too. And again, said it early on, I think you could probably do just about anything with this bike. You could commute with this thing. It's small enough, it's nimble enough, it handles really well. You could ride this in the city easy, no problem, all day long. And you've got heated grips. You just need a little bit more fairing cover and a little bit bigger windscreen for those really cold days. But at least you still have heated grips. You know, I don't have a ton of bad things to say about this bike. I think overall, this is a pretty awesome bike. I would have to compare other bikes in the same class in terms of dollar amounts. So I'm not really sure, is that a lot of bang for your buck at $13,000 retail? I don't know. I'll probably do a little bit of research before I make this video, and I'll put it up on the screen. I'll tell you what my thoughts are as we compare prices for comparable models. I'm not going to turn left here. I'm going to go down one more. But yeah, this bike, this is a great bike. I'm really glad I rode it. Really glad I got an opportunity to do this review. So let's go down to Weber real quick before I get back to the bike shop. I want to give a big shout out to Apex Motorsports here in Colorado Springs. This is actually where I bought my Ninja in 2016. Had it for about 4 years now, and the salesman that sold me my Ninja, I've actually raced motocross with him at the motocross track, and he's the one that hooked me up with this test ride and review. This is a cool bike. I like it. I like it a lot. If I was into this style of motorcycle, if I was looking for something that is a little bit, and there goes the saddlebags again, definitely got to get used to that. If I was looking for something a little bit toury, a little bit adventure-y, this bike definitely fits the bill for sure. Apex Motorsports. Yeah, this is where I bought the Ninja. I don't even want to talk about how much money I have dumped into this store. I've bought so many tires, so many parts for both my street bike and my motocross bike, probably more the motocross bike and my kids' motocross bikes. I've spent a ton of money here. So, and I will continue to do so because this place is cool. Everybody's really cool here, so good deal. So I'm going to put some comparative prices up on the screen here for what I would consider to be competitive models from other manufacturers and their advertised retail prices. Now, having not ridden any of these other bikes, I can only look at the specs and feature list and kind of do a comparison. And I'll let you know what I think about the retail cost of the bike compared to everything else up here on the screen. For now, that's going to be all in this video. Really enjoyed that bike review. That's a pretty cool bike, I will admit. And yeah, keep the rubber side guy. We're going to have to do that outro again. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. And keep the rubber side down. We'll see you in the next one.